sun's coming up over the Chico streets. Got a coffee in the cup and a rhythm in the beats. Hit the Walmart.
Hey, what's going on? It's T3 Collects back with another action figure top 10 list of 2025. This time, this is my top 10 Marvel Legend honorable mentions. Now, Marvel Legends or Hasbro did release a ton of Marvel Legends in 2025. Some really, really good ones, some mediocre ones, and some, well, I would say, pretty terrible ones. But we're not going to name actual figures, Werewolf by Night. But let's get into my top 10 honorable mentions that maybe should have been in my top 10. So go ahead and check out my top 10 Marvel Legends 2025. That's probably like 5 videos back in my catalog, so go check that out. But we're going to get into my top 10 honorable mentions that may or may not have been included in your list. I don't know. You guys have to leave that comment down below. And actually, if you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like. Turn the notification bell on for all new 2026 T3 Collects videos, toy hunts, reviews, you name it, it'll be there. Anyway, let's get into my 2025 honorable mention Marvel Legends. Starting off at number 10 is the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Hulk. Now this one I was looking forward to because Hulk is probably in my top 5 favorite Marvel characters. And when they announced this, I got to see leaked photos. Has hinges at the feet, which is definitely something that we need. And I'd say 90% of the Marvel Legends. But this one right here, I thought was going to be amazing. I thought it was going to hit my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2025. And unfortunately, it does not, because they reused a lot of pieces from prior Hulks. The rubber chest is actually a pretty cool thing, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more for the price. Amazon, $82.99, $59.99, sometimes $69.99. I got mine for $49.99 from Best Buy as an error on their part. So, besides the price point, overall, I think that this is actually not a really that bad of a figure. That's why it's number 10 in my honorable mentions. I like all 3 head sculpts. I like the rocket that is ripped apart. The clapping hands is a nice, I guess, pair of hands. The clapping hands are awesome. It's a cool effect. The effect that comes with it, kind of mediocre. I feel like they could have done a lot more. They should have gave him the crushed, I guess, asphalt that came with him in the 20th anniversary retro card. I believe that's what it was. Should have gave him that. Could have gave him a lot more for the price point. But that is the reason why the Maximum Series Hulk is my number 10 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. All right, for my number 9 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025, it is Warbow. This figure I was looking forward to probably the most out of this entire Executioner Build-A-Figure wave. But the World War II Logan or Wolverine, that thing actually blew me out of the water. That's why that one made my top 10. But this is my number 9 honorable mention of 2025. And reason being is, if I have mentioned it before, I used to have the Crystar and Warbow in 3 3/4 inch from the 80s from Remco. So I have a lot of nostalgia towards Crystar and Warbow. And when they announced and released Crystar, I was hoping they would do more of this line, and Warbow was the second one. And given he does come with a pair of hands, he comes with his crossbow and arrow, there's still things I wish that they could have done. I wish that this sash right here could have been cloth, but that's okay. This is why it's number 9. It's still a great figure. Hopefully over time, the translucent, doesn't oxidize. That's my biggest worry, but we'll see. Great figure, still a great figure. I think he looks great. There's nothing that I could say that's negative really about him. He didn't make my top 10, but he is my number 9 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. And if you guys have this figure, let me know down below what you think. Was this in your top 10, your top 5, or top 25? Was this a lackluster figure for you? Let me know down below. But let's head into my number 8 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. All right, my number 8 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. And yes, it is a 2-pack, but there's only one figure in this 2-pack that deserves the number 8 spot. And that would be the Game Reverse Psylocke versus Thanos 2-pack. Psylocke is the reason why I think most people wanted this 2-pack. We have enough Thanos. We really didn't need another one. I do like the colorway, but we needed a really good, solid Psylocke, and that Psylocke is probably top tier Psylocke that they have ever made. And she just looks good. Great effects, good articulation. She got that big old booty on the back. Plenty of hands. Overall, fantastic. Love the extra head sculpt. I feel like this is definitely worth the money. Hopefully down the line they will release her as a single card or single figure in a different line, maybe change up the colors. But overall, this is a fantastic figure. She did not make my top 10, and now I'm maybe second guessing that maybe she should have, but I think I'm okay with my top 10. But that would be the reason why she is my number 8 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. We're not going to worry about Thanos. Psylocke, great figure, just looks damn good. But that is the reason why she's my number 8. So let's get into number 7. All right, coming in at number 7, my number 7 honorable mention of 2025 would be the mini comic wave Silver Surfer. Technically, this is supposed to be a January 2026 release, but this actually came out in 2025, and I'm not complaining. I think this Silver Surfer is very, very good. A lot of people like the Walgreens exclusive better than this one. I think this one, for me, is my definitive Silver Surfer, unless they come out with another one. I think they got the silver down. The paint is perfect, and I don't know. There's just something about this figure that I just really, really enjoy. I enjoyed posing him and taking photos, which he was pretty awesome. And I do have one open, so I don't want to hear anyone in the comments saying, why doesn't he open his figures? I do. I just get 2 of a lot, and some of these I just put back. So here is my opened Silver Surfer. I think this is just a great figure. There's no way this is going to be in my top 10. It just wasn't it in my top 10. That's why it's an honorable mention. And yeah, overall, great figure. I love the paint. Everything about him is great. He's got the right build for Silver Surfer. He shouldn't be too bulky. He shouldn't be too skinny. He's right where he needs to be. Comes with the surfboard. Got a couple extra pair of hands. And the mini comic, which is pretty awesome. So that would leave him at my number 7 honorable mention Marvel Legends of 2025. Let's head into my number 6. All right, my number 6 top 10 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025 is going to be the X-Force Archangel. This thing is quite amazing. I know a lot of people have been asking for this X-Force Archangel because they want to complete teams. I don't really care. I do want to complete teams, but this Archangel is pretty freaking awesome. I missed out on the one, I think it was back in 2015 or 16. It could be, I think that's in the right time frame, but I did miss out on that one. And this one is actually, in my opinion, a lot better. It's got all pinless joints. You got an extra head, extra hands, you got the wings, you've got a lot of things going for it. You can complete your X-Force team. But this is my number 6 honorable mention, Marvel Legend of 2025, the X-Force Archangel. I did have 2 of these. One of them I had open, but I ended up giving it to a friend, and that's the reason why I don't have it open. I had a great time posing them. This one will come out of the box eventually as I build out my new casing that will go in the back. That'll all change. But besides that, just a great figure. They lock down pretty much everything. The wings look good. He just is fun to pose and get into good, I guess, well, I just said posing, but good posing and figure photography is really good with him. Now, trying to complete him with the X-Force team, there is the Warpath and X-23 that came out this year as well. You have those, and then I think there is a Wolverine they have done or maybe not have done in this color scheme, which would be great. Hopefully that happens next. I could be wrong. There has been so many Wolverines, I can't even tell you if they've done that one. But anyway, besides that, this is my number 6 honorable mention, Marvel Legends of 2025. Leave a comment down below if this hit your top 10, or maybe this was in your top 10 worst figures of 2025. Let's get into the top 5. All right, number 5. Coming in late this year, like November, I believe, would be another figure from the Executioner Build-A-Figure wave, and that would be Phantom Rider, which I have right here. He actually was a surprise figure for me. I did not think that he would be in any of my top 10 lists. I definitely did not say or think he would be in my top worst figures of 2025. He is surprisingly pretty awesome. As basic as he is, all white, he just looks great. He comes with 2 revolvers. He's got multiple hands. The hat does not come off, which is okay. He just, I don't know, overall looks great. You can pose him. I like the cream boots, the gloves in the hands, and his holster. It just all looks really, really good. Fun figure to pose around. And if you have this, you guys shouldn't know why this would be a honorable mention. Maybe he should have been in my top 10. I don't know. I think that Logan, like I mentioned before, was the surprise for me out of this wave. This would have been in my top 10 if that Logan did not exist, but he does. And that's why that Logan hit my top 10 of 2025. And that's why this is my number 5 honorable mention, Marvel Legend of 2025. Now, we got 4 left. Now, I want you guys to guess, what do you think the top 4 are? What's my number 1? Do you know? Because there's one figure in my top 10 honorable mentions that I got raked over in the comments in my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2025. And this one should have been in my top 10, but another figure edged it out. But let's get into number 4. All right, coming in at number 4 is another Gamerverse pack, but it is not a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 pack. It is the San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Snap 3-pack. You got Savage Land Rogue, you got Sauron and Shanna, the She-Devil, and I waited for 3 days trying to get this at San Diego Comic-Con this past year, and this was well worth the money, well worth the wait. I never got the Build-A-Figure Sauron, or never was able to build it. The Savage Land Rogue is something that we have been waiting for and been wanting, and we definitely needed a Shanna, the She-Devil, to complete the Khazar and his Sabretooth. Why can I not think of his name now? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But this Sauron does have a few new pieces, new paint scheme. I love this effect right here. Shanna definitely needed that. They did use the same body for her and Rogue, or maybe the bottom half. I think it's the bottom half because the top half is a little different, as you can see. I did have this out of the package, but I just recently put it back because I have nowhere to put it. But yeah, this is my number 4 honorable mention, Marvel Legend of 2025. Overall, great set. Was it worth the money? For me, it was, because I never got Sauron. Definitely wanted a Savage Rogue, and definitely needed a Shanna because they haven't had one of those, or her, and gosh, maybe 10 years. So we got an updated body. All, well, Shanna and Rogue pinless. Sauron, no, because it's reuse and some new parts. Love the paint. Love that you can articulate his jaw. This is just cool right here. Lots of hands, lots of accessories. That is why the Snap San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack is my number 4 honorable mention of 2024. Now, we're getting into the top 3. Have you guessed the top 3 yet? Or my number 1? Leave a comment right now at this point if you know my number 1. And if you have an idea who number 2 and 3 are, go do it now. All right, coming in at number 3, my honorable mention of 2025. I did an action figure review on my channel of this 2-pack. And this is my second favorite Marvel character of all time, right behind Spider-Man. This would be the Gameverse, yes, another Gameverse 2-pack of the Punisher and Nick Fury. Now this is such a great set. The pricing for this is pretty much all over the damn place. It was $54.99, $62.99, $59.99. I got mine from Entertainment Earth at a price, I think it was $49.99 when they put it up. And now it's actually higher. But anyway, this is my number 3 honorable mention of 2025. I mean, you got the color accurate Punisher and Nick Fury from the video game. As you can see, there's the Punisher, there's Nick Fury. Look at that. They absolutely nailed the colors. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, that's black. Well, it's actually blue, and it's the freaking Capcom game. This is as close as you're going to get to a video game Marvel Legend Punisher. It comes with a ton of accessories. It comes with an extra head sculpt. You even have a baseball bat. What else could you ask for in a 2-pack with the Punisher? 4+, maybe they should have been 18+ or 16+, because this is the Punisher we're talking about. I mean, come on, look at all these guns, hands, explosions, a baseball bat, a freaking money case, all kinds of stuff. What is there not to like about this? This was going to be my top 10, but it's not. It's in my honorable mention of 2025 at number 3. Now, let's get into number 2. What do you think number 2 is? Is it a single figure? Is it a deluxe figure? Is it another 2-pack? I don't know. Let's take a moment and pause while you guys leave a comment down below right now what you think my number 2 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025 is. Because it may make some people upset. It may not. I don't know. You have to leave a comment right now. All right. Did you leave your comment down below? Do you think you know my number 2 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025? Like I said, was it a single figure? Was it a deluxe figure? Was it a 2-pack? I will say the top 2 were a toss-up. It was pretty hard to pick out what was going to be my number 1, my number 2, but ultimately it comes down to one thing. How many figures do we need of this one character, and are we ever going to get a character of this comic line? So, number 2 is the Gameverse Wolverine and Silver Samurai. Yes, we've had plenty of Wolverines, but this Wolverine, by far, my favorite, and I will say the best Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine. Given he only has a 90-degree angle on his joints on his arms, but that's because he has big giant ass biceps. He articulates well. He's got ab crunch. He can get into a small pose, just like the video game. Silver Samurai, on the other hand, is okay. Great. Not a bad figure. Just a repaint with a few extra things. This Wolverine was actually surprising. I did not think I was going to like that Wolverine as much as I did. And that is why it's my number 2 honorable mention of 2025. That Wolverine alone, they need to re-release in a retro card, a single box character, build a figure with. I don't even care. This one needs to be reissued, maybe in the brown suit, in an X-Force suit. I don't really, doesn't matter at this point. This is my definitive Wolverine, and hopefully they, or not hopefully, maybe they can top this one. I don't know. Are we going to get a Maxim Series Wolverine? Are we going to get a Maxim Series Punisher, Venom, Daredevil? Who knows? Thor? That's the rumor. Thor is the next Maxim Series. But this Wolverine right here, this is the reason why he is my honorable mention, number 2 of 2025. This was a toss-up with my number 1. Have you guessed number 1 yet? Have you guessed number 1? Obscure character, never been made, and it came out at the beginning of 2025. Have you guys figured it out yet? Well, you're about to find out here in a quick second. Now, let's take a quick moment and pause. Before we get into my honorable mention, number 1, that maybe should have been in my top 10, probably. Let's do a little plug for Go New Meta. Go to GoNewMeta.com right now. Pick out some figures. Could be Marvel Legends, could be DC Multiverse, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, SH Figure Arts, Mythic Legions, whatever your heart desires, and use the discount code T3Collects101 for 10% off. And that is right. It is www.gonewmeta.com. You can follow them on Instagram at the handle at go_new_meta and let them know T3 sent you. Alright, have you guys given up on my number 1 honorable mention Marvel Legend figure of 2025 yet? I think I've given up enough clues for you to figure this out. Now, as I look through the comments and see if you guys have guessed it, maybe some of you are right, maybe some of you are wrong. Maybe you guessed the Wolverine from the Gameverse was my number 1 honorable mention figure of 2025, but it is not, because that was number 2. My number 1 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025, which possibly and should have been in my top 25, or top 10 of 2025, is the Mini Comic Wave number 1 ROM. Yes, this should have been in my top 10 of 2025. But I had another figure that beat it out, which is crazy to think. This figure is freaking awesome. This is a figure that I know I've been wanting to see for the longest time, and they couldn't do it because of some rights issue. And here we are, we have ROM now. Look at that figure. Just everything about him is great. The one thing that I think someone pointed out that they used a Titania's legs, which is fine, or this piece, I don't really know. But overall, I don't even care. This is literally the comic book that I remember. And that right there is the comic book at the very top. ROM Space Knight #1. I remember having that as a kid, and I always wanted a figure, and now we got it in a 6-inch Marvel Legend, and that is why ROM made my #1 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. There you go. If you got it right, congratulations. If you don't own this figure, you should. You can get it off gonewmeta.com. Use the code T3Collects101 for 10% off. Or you can head to Entertainment Earth, link down in the description, to order ROM from Entertainment Earth. This figure is still kind of hard to find. If you can find it online at a good price, I would get it there, and I would order 2. But if Go New Meta has it in stock, use that discount code, get 10% off. They do ship things at a flat rate shipping cost of $5. If you spend over $100, you get free shipping. They do PayPal, Pay in 4. They do, I think, Afterpay. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, if you need it, go there. Go to Entertainment Earth. You can look on Big Bad Toy Store. They may have it up. GameStop could still have it up. I'm not 100% sure. But that is my #1 honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. That should have been in my top 10. I now agree. But one figure beat it out by hair. But that is it. ROM, this thing is awesome. Look at this beautiful piece of plastic. He just looks so good. Got the gun and everything down to the T. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. Thanks for checking out my honorable mention Marvel Legend of 2025. Let me know what you guys think down below. Should have there been something different in here? Are any of these Marvel Legends I picked from my honorable mentions in your top 10? Or in your top worst Marvel Legend of 2025? Leave a comment down below. And also, these are just my opinions. My opinions are going to be different than a lot of other Marvel Legend collectors. Some people are going to love mine picks. Some are going to hate them. Whatever. Everyone's opinion on what their Marvel Legends, favorite, least favorite, honorable mentions, all be different. It's all subjective. These are just action figures. There's no need to be dicks about what I chose. I am not that way. If you chose something different, if you're top 10, I'm going to watch your video. Just like I watch Wolfpack reviews. And there's figures in his that I would have never thought would have hit his top 10, but they did. And for his good reasons, I wouldn't have picked a few, but that's just my opinion. A lot of them I picked in this honorable mention. Some of them were in my top 10. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is going to be one of my last videos of 2025 as we head into a new year of 2026 with a plethora of brand new Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classifieds, Mythic Legions, DC Multiverse, you name it, whatever you collect, enjoy it, have fun doing it, and we'll see you guys next year with a brand new video. Peace!